President Tinubu calls for peace, civility in Edo State governorship election as IGP orders restriction of movement. Fire guts Governor Mba's Pinnacle oil filling station. Central Bank of Nigeria clarifies controversy over policy document. United Nations condemns terrorist attack in Mali. Hello and welcome to Trust TV's news update. I am Chiamaka Nwafo. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has called on all stakeholders in the upcoming Edo State governorship elections to conduct themselves peacefully and sportingly. The election is scheduled for Saturday, September 21, 2024. A statement by the Special Advisor to the President, Bayo Onanuga, on Friday said the President implored the governorship candidates, political parties and supporters to respect the democratic process and the people's will. Tinubu noted that the Independent National Electoral Commission has committed to conducting a free and fair election and urged all stakeholders to work together to ensure a successful and peaceful process. The President commended the governorship candidates and political parties for their campaigns, which have focused on issues that matter most to the people of Edo State, including improving livelihoods, promoting economic growth, and contributing to national development. He urged all citizens in the state to remain peaceful and respectful throughout the voting process. Tinubu also encouraged them to resolve any disagreements amicably through the constituted authorities. Meanwhile, the Inspector General of Police IGP Kayode Egbetokun has announced comprehensive security measures to ensure a peaceful, transparent and credible electoral process during the upcoming Edo off-cycle election scheduled for Saturday. A statement by the Force's Public Relations Officer ACP Olumuyiwa Adejobi in Abuja on Friday said the IGP has ordered the restriction of all vehicular movement on roads, waterways and other forms of transportation from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. on election day. However, exceptions will be made for essential services, including accredited media, electoral officials, ambulances, and emergency responders. To maintain the integrity of the electoral process, the IGP has also placed a ban on all security aids and escorts accompanying VIPs to polling booths and collation centers. Unauthorized security personnel and quasi-security outfits have also been prohibited from operating during the election. Likewise, the use of sirens by unauthorized vehicles has been strictly forbidden to ensure a calm environment for voters. Police urge Edo citizens to report any suspicious activity or incidents that may jeopardize the integrity of the electoral process or cause disorderliness in any part of the state. Still staying in Edo, the Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of the police contingent for the Edo State governorship election, Frank Mba, has given assurances of a hitch-free governorship election in Edo State come this Saturday. He acknowledged the collaborative efforts with other security agencies to ensure a seamless voting process. Mba emphasized that adequate security measures will be implemented to safeguard core members, INEC staff, electoral materials, voters, and other key stakeholders. He stressed that accredited personnel will be permitted to participate in election monitoring, with strict actions taken against those who disregard this directive. On his part, the Director General of National Youth Service Corps, Brigadier General Waidi Ahmed, said the security of corps members on election duty will be prioritized.
The Nigerian Army has been very, very supportive in previous elections. They always take charge of the outer corridors. And in Edo State, because we have borders with about 4 states, the Nigerian Army will be very frontal in ensuring that we're able to provide adequate safety and secure those border points to ensure that we don't have infiltrators coming in either from Kogi, Ondo, Anambra, or Delta into the states.
The DIG has said it all because the assurance has already been given. Very rare opportunity. I won't say that it is the DIG's commitment
Still on Edo, operatives of the Edo State Police Command have displayed show of force ahead of the Edo State governorship election scheduled for tomorrow, September 21. In a video seen on Friday, September 20, officers could be seen chanting songs to announce their preparedness for the forthcoming gubernatorial election. A federal lawmaker representing the Arsonist Northeast, Arsonist Southeast Federal Constituency in Edo State, Prince Henry Okoje, has reportedly escaped an assassination attempt. Okoje, the husband of the Nollywood movie star Mercy Johnson, was reportedly attacked by armed men suspected to be political thugs at his residence in Uromi on Friday morning. Okoje's media aide, Michael Ihaza, confirmed the development in a statement. According to the statement, the attackers invaded the lawmaker's residence with a Lexus GX470. According to the statement, the planned assassination was unsuccessful owing to the intervention of security personnel attached to the lawmaker. Edo State Police Command is yet to comment on the incident. A filling station, Pinnacle Oil, belonging to Governor Peter Mba of Enugu State, has been reportedly set ablaze by unknown arsonists. It was learned that the incident occurred early Friday morning. Eyewitness said that the arsonist came in a Toyota Corolla car and carried out the operation. At least 4 cars within the vicinity were affected by the inferno. The Agbani road access leading to the fuel station was reportedly barricaded by men of the fire service and security operatives. Enugu State Police Command, in statement by Public Relations Officer DSP Daniel Ndukwe, while confirming the incident, said the fire may have been caused by a leakage from one of the vehicles that were on queue to purchase fuel. The Adamawa State government has decisively approved over 2 billion naira for the urgent rebuilding of the Yola burnt market. This significant decision was made during an executive council meeting presided over by Deputy Governor Professor Kaleptua Farota at the Government House in Yola. Following the meeting, the Commissioner for Education and Human Capital Development, Dr. Umaru Garuba Pella, emphasized the Council's proactive stance on addressing issues affecting citizens, including the recent flood impacts and the necessary closure of schools to mitigate its effects. Ishaya John Dabari, the Commissioner for Commerce, Trade and Industry, underscored the approval of over 2 billion naira for the reconstruction of the Yola market within a strict 9-month time frame.
Is the fact that we are calling on the people, especially those who are on the floodplain, to be proactive. Proactive in the sense that people need to stay away from those areas at this time. People also need to understand that there are certain things that you don't leave there, especially your food stuff, because when it comes, it will be a double jeopardy. After destroying the houses, it takes away our food, and we cannot afford hunger and displacement at the same time. So I'm calling on our people to prepare. We're preparing the minds of our people to be aware that this thing is a reality. More so that the alert is coming from NEMET, which is the highest authority as far as alerts and warnings are concerned in terms of this kind of disaster.
The National Chairman of the Rural Progressives Congress, Abdullahi Ganduje, on Thursday said there was no truth in the allegation linking him to a fresh plot to unseat the Emir of Kano, Muhammad Sanusi II. The rebuttal comes in the wake of a viral report circulating on social media with a caption that read, "Ganduje leads fresh plot to dethrone Emir Sanusi." Emir Sanusi returned to the throne in May, about 4 years after he was dethroned during Ganduje's tenure as Kano State governor. His dethronement was validated by the court, a judgment many believe was influenced by the Ganduje administration. In a Thursday statement obtained in Abuja, Ganduje dissociated himself from any alleged fresh move to dethrone Sanusi, describing the claim as lame. Ganduje questioned how he could dethrone the Emir of Kano when he was no longer the governor of the state. He added that those pushing the claim were only trying to create bad blood between Ganduje and the presidency. Still in Kano, the State Judicial Service Commission has suspended a court registrar of the Sharia Court Department, Jamilu Ibrahim, along with other syndicates found to have received illegal funds emanating from a right of possession that was fraudulently obtained in order to sell 2 plots of land. This is contained in a statement by the spokesman, Kano Judiciary, Jibo Ibrahim, and made available to newsmen on Friday. He said the commission took the decision in its 75th meeting held on September 12, 2024. He said following the findings of the investigative meeting or committee set up by the JSC to investigate the petition against Ibrahim and others, the investigation revealed that Ibrahim, along with a syndicate, were liable for their actions. Jibo noted that the committee recommended that Ibrahim should be dismissed from service. However, according to him, the Judicial Service Commission has suspended Ibrahim indefinitely without pay pending the outcome of the trial he's facing before a magistrate court. The spokesman additionally said one Zubairu Sulaiman, registrar of the Upper Sharia Court, was also found to have received 1 million naira into his personal account as a sales commission from the sale of the 2 plots of land. He maintained that the suspended staff of the Kano Judiciary are registrars of the Sharia Court Department. The ongoing humanitarian crisis in Jigawa State, where floodwaters have devastated communities, is yet to abate as many residents have been forced into internally displaced persons camps set up by government and private agencies as part of relief efforts. Trust TV Ali Rabiu Ali, who visited one of the camp, reports that those affected are struggling to rebuild their lives all over again. Here's the report.
In Zakwawa, the flood-affected residents now live in makeshift shelters at a local primary school. Many have taken to small businesses selling groundnut cakes, fish, and vegetables. Despite efforts to provide some relief, the lack of resources is evident, and the health implications are severe.
This outbreak is mostly diarrhea disease because there is open defecation affected our areas where the IDP come assisted, and there is case of malaria disease again because they are not sleep under long-lasting insects that are treated here.
Flood waters sent us out of our homes. That is why we are here. While here, we have continued with our business of frying fish with my father and younger ones. My rooms have collapsed, so we need government's intervention. The flood sent us out of our homes, so we brought our businesses here in the camp. We thank God that the government is assisting us with shelter and what to eat. My business has been helping me put food on the table and assist my family. Got married at Agufa village. After I gave birth, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. The reason I moved to this place is because my husband's house has collapsed. After that, I returned to my father's house. Later, my father's house also collapsed, and as a result of the flood, we are here. We need government's intervention.
Rukaya's plight highlights the critical challenges vulnerable individuals face in these camps. Despite efforts from organizations like UNICEF, many IDPs struggle to meet their basic needs.
We thank God for this great intervention whereby UNICEF bring it to the pleading victims of the Niger local government. As for now, we have about 16 to 18 camp. The total number of IPD victims are 49. And they have about, out of these 49, they have about 52 wives. And the children are about 120 something.
1/3 of the houses of these Akwawa villages have been submerged into the water. The household of about 45 to 50 have gathered here in the Akwawa Primary School before the government think of what to do.
As the community continues to fight for survival, the call for increased assistance from both the government and NGOs grows louder.
They need help seriously. They lose their shelter. Even the poor man, they are not able to feed 3 times a day. They need serious help. Their shelter is not good. Their method of feeding is not good also. They need seriously help.
The resilience of the people in Jigawa State is evident, but without substantial support, their struggles will only deepen. Ali Rabiu Ali, Trust TV News.
One of the unique things about the Asian city of Daura is the culture of celebrating Maulud with a special Durbar organized by the Emirate Council every year. This year's celebration was spectacular in organization, particularly as it comes at a time when many residents are harvesting farm produce, coupled with the relative peace the Emirate is enjoying, unlike some parts of Katsina State. Abdullah Yamadi attended the day 1 and 2 of the Salah festivities and now reports.
Sallah Gani in the ancient city of Daura is an annual event being celebrated in remembrance of the birthday of the Holy Prophet of Islam. Peace and blessings of Allah be upon him and his companions. The Daura Emirate under Emir Umar Farooq organizes a spectacular Doba with all the district heads and other traditional title holders participating, with special prayers seeking for divine intervention for the continued development and prosperity of the Emirate. The festive season is an opportunity for sons and daughters, friends and well-wishers of the Emirate to come back home and celebrate the annual Sallah Gani. Emir Umar Farooq leading the procession of district heads adorned in traditional royal regalia and riding on a horse went through the major streets of Daura, receiving prayers and acknowledging pleasantries from residents to Gidan Magajiya as the tradition provides. Here, the Emir distributes kola nuts to family members and relatives, as well as other friends of the Emirate, marking Eid al-Maulud before heading back to the palace. Drummers, singers, and other performers accompanying the Emir in a long procession entertained the spectators. The Emir's message was read by the Danajin Daura Abdulmumin Gwadabi. In the message, the Emir appreciated Governor Dikko Radda's administration for its effort towards preserving the cultural heritage of the Emirate. The Emirate is grateful to all for attending this year's Sallah Gani. We believe the celebration is unique to Daura Emirate, with all our people coming together to celebrate, discuss our common interest, and thank Allah, the Almighty, for His blessings. Farouk also added that Daura will always support all government policies and programs, maintaining that his people will remain relentless in prayers for peace and prosperity of not only the state, but the country as a whole. Abdullahi Ismayamadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.
In business, the Central Bank of Nigeria has made some clarifications regarding the monetary, credit, foreign trade and exchange policy guidelines for fiscal years 2024 to 2025, document published on Tuesday. It disclosed this in a new statement published on its website on Friday. According to the statement, the Apex Bank also revoked the document, adding that the move is to minimize risk of any further misrepresentation or misinterpretation, resulting in confusion among stakeholders. The clarification comes after excerpts of the policy document stated that the bank will sustain its ways and means advances to the federal government at a 5% limit for the fiscal years 2024 to 2025, contrary to a bill passed by the National Assembly which raised the maximum borrowing percentage in the Act from 5% to 10%. Away from Nigeria, the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres strongly condemned Tuesday's terrorist attack in Bamako, Mali. His spokesman said the statement, the Guterres extended his condolences to the families of the victims as well as to the transitional government and the people of Mali. He also wished for a speedy recovery to those injured, including one UN Guard unit member. The UN chief called on the Malian transitional government to ensure that those responsible for this despicable attack are held to account, the statement further added. A Ganduje complex in Bamako, the capital of Mali, was attacked on Tuesday, and the situation was under control according to the Mali Ministry of Security and Civil Protection. The ministry did not disclose a number of casualties, but media reports said more than 70 people were killed and over 200 others were wounded. Now, the Kramer outfit Nantes have announced the signing of Super Falcons forward Cinaza Uchendu. Uchendu joined the Canaries from Turkish League champions Galatasaray. The 26-year-old struggled for regular playing time at Galatasaray last season, making just 5 league appearances. The striker is, however, looking forward to a successful spell in France. Uchendu started her European adventure with Portuguese club Braga in 2018. She has also played in Sweden for Linköping FC and South Korean side Gyeongju. That's a wrap for news updates at this time. For more of our news programs and documentaries, to follow us on our social media platforms and on our YouTube live stream. I am Chiamaka Mwafo. Thank you for joining us at this time.